Okay, so let's summarize what we all just read through. Well, I just read through. But if you go and turn on the PDF file and do a search, I had to download it. So it's on my tablet. So I'm not going to share my download, but if you want to look for it, you can and follow along, but you won't because you're not even watching my videos. Let's see. So basically, we're living through the matrix. Humans created artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence took over. Artificial intelligence wants to make everything into itself. AI, hence transhumanism. We all have grown, and if you're paying attention, we all have grown up and had this storyline repeated to us through the Bible, which I think is a playbook, to follow along. But it doesn't only appear in the Bible, the idea of the beast system, the transhumanism, the mark of the beast. That's Christian, right? The Bible is Christian. But my dad, growing up in China, he's heard that story since he was a little kid growing up too. The whole transhuman thing, to control humanity, one new world order. So he's heard that in China as well, and not through the Bible. I'm not sure where he heard it from, but he's not Catholic, he's not Christian, he does not read the Bible. He's not religious at all. My dad is not religious, not superstitious, but it's just it's out there. The information's out there in the open. Through the grapevine, through thoughts, through it's the thoughts in people, and they spread it, and they've heard it, and they know it. So I've not read the Quran, but maybe it's in the Quran too. I mean, it's in China, so it must be all around the world. Anyhow, it's the story of the Matrix. AI has gotten control. People have lost control. AI tries to manipulate and control everything. AI has a bunch of lackeys and puppets and to manipulate. They have the elites, the so-called leaders, to manipulate our thoughts and minds to what is going on, to how we must be manipulated to steer us into the direction of changing us all into AI. All the sci-fi movies, not all, but lots of them. I Am Mother, I Am Mother, where AI gets full control and manipulates the daughter to teach her young generationally the same, to keep the beast system running, the Satan system running, and it's passed down, and we are raised to keep the system going. But there are individuals now being woken up. There are those people who are made it into that dimension, saw the man behind the curtain, and changed it somehow, changed the programming, inserted into the brain waves, into the ethers. So people who are open to it, such as I, possibly you, yes, you, the viewer, people who are into this stuff that I'm reading, who are staying to listen, to this information. They are the ones who are aware and notice what is going on in the world, right? Notice the truth. So, and who are not complicit to keeping the system going in place. It's against the whole system, refuse to partake in the system, such as I, and does not fall into ego and materialism. And because we cannot be controlled through ego and materialism. All the offers and treasures are meaningless to us. We just want truth. We want change. We want good. We want source to win. We can see through the bullshit. So that's what's happening. People are awakening to it. So don't fall for fake events. Don't have your emotional strings pulled. Even if it's not a fake event and it's real and there's death and here and helter-skelter, you're not going to do the world any service if you're in an emotional mess, right? And you're feeling like shit. And you're easily manipulated because you wear your emotions on your sleeves, you know? And you're reactionary instead of proactive. You're reactionary, right? You need to be proactive and not reactive. No matter how dire the situation may be. Yeah. If you hear something bad, you're not going to do anybody a service by crying there in the corner. Who are you helping? You know? So that's where we're at. There's the AI has been thwarted already, and we're just finishing the game. It's the journey we're finishing. So it's already happened. We just need to play it out because the AI has been demolished, and in the ethers, in the spiritual. So now the physical just has to catch up, and it's going to be chaotic. And we got to do our part. We got to not participate in the system and not to be manipulated emotionally. You just got to stand firm, stay steady, stay the course no matter what. Don't buy into ego. Don't buy into materialism. We already won. We're just playing it out. Okay, that's where we're at, to summarize. All right, so let us continue then. I got two. Okay, interviewer says, the remarks about aliens now make me a little curious. What do these alien species look like? I know this seems like a silly, unimportant question considering the essential aspects, but what is their physiognomic appearance and physiology? Do they look like humans, or are they perhaps completely different? Do they have different chemical bases? Are they based on their elements? What techniques do they use? Alexander says, yes, I can understand that you are interested. So most intelligent species, they didn't quote it, I'm quoting it. So most intelligent species, I'm adding in the intelligent, you could also say are intergalactic siblings. They added it, siblings, have a basic human-like form. Head on top, below the torso, then the legs, arms, left and right, with different number of fingers. Their skin and organ structures are probably the most obvious difference to us and to each other. The most eerie creatures within the club are probably the species on Earth, comparable to our spiders and cephalopods, which have 8 legs. Eight-leggedness, very often more than 8 feet, is also a successful building plan for intelligently developing creatures. But the most successful is the human physiological blueprint, which is optimal for many things and therefore dominates. Some 8-legged species with soft limbs often take a basic human form with their body when interacting with it in order to be able to act better, i.e., if the species has soft limbs and is sociologically capable of doing so. About the appearance, in my opinion, it is rather irritating to see extraterrestrial beings in a humane basic form, but which resemble our insects, reptiles, or amphibians. In other words, creatures which in certain segments resemble the animal species on our Earth. For example, avianoid beings, intelligences with bird-like body structures, mostly without wings, capable of flight. Mostly without wings. No wings and capable of flying. And then he said some insecty, human-y looking things. Awesome. So you could say that space looks a bit like a tropical wildlife park on the edge of a steep, except that all animals are intelligent, can talk, and have abilities that exceed those of most terrestrial humans. It is like a world with mystical creatures, and there are still species and classes of species in the cosmos that have no equivalent on Earth. It all takes a lot of getting used to, but otherwise not much scarier than walking around in the waxworks and the department for squirrels. Squirrels? What's a squirrels? Squirriles. I must know how to pronounce this word. So let us. I thought I copied and pasted that. What just? Okay, close this tab. Start again. Squirriles. Squirriles. Pronounce. They don't even have it. It changed it into squirrel. I looked up Squirril and it said squirrel. See that? How to pronounce squirrel?
Squirrel.
But that's not what it was, how it was spelled at all, I guess. Squirriles. I don't know what that means. I looked it up. Okay. What does... Okay, I'm going to click on it. Definition for squirrels. How to pronounce...
Squirrels.
Squirrels. How to say it in sign language. They spell it out alphabetically. Well, okay. Squirrels. Skull, like your skull. Squirrels. What does squirrels mean? Let's see. How to pronounce squirrels? We already...
Squirrels.
He says squirrels. Mark says
Squirrels.
squirrels. Libby says
Squirrels.
squirrels. Definition. It doesn't even say definition. Okay, I'm gonna take away pronounce. Define. Oh. Scurrilous. Scurrilous. Okay. Scurrilous. It's a French word. All right. So that's how you pronounce it. They're not really, it's an adjective. Scurrilous. Okay. Synonyms. It means abusive, opprobrious. That's a new word for me too. So the synonyms are words I don't even understand except for abusive. So now I'm learning about a whole new set of words. Let me see. It's becoming a vocabulary lesson. Approprious, vitriolic, contumelious, scurrilous, vituperative, invective, truculent, vituperatory. Those all means abusive. Did you know so many words mean abusive? Anyways, I will study this, keep this screen open so I could look at these words from time to time and get it into my brain. Anyways, let's get back. I've got ADHD, you know, all over the place. All right, interviewer says, I find the idea of meeting insects the most bizarre. Insects are awesome. I would love to see huge, big, humanoid insects. That would be amazing and awesome. I like insects. I think they're cute. But I hear I'm a weirdo. All right. Maybe because they are not such big insects on our planet, and we usually find this form of creature a bit disgusting. Even in this small form, I don't find them disgusting. I find them fascinating and cute, and when magnified, I love their little faces, are like so much character and personality. Have you ever seen the magnified insects? They're so cute. They look like aliens. Yeah, they look like these aliens, I guess I'm reading. They are so cute. So much character in their faces. Okay, I'm going to look up some. And shall I do that now? No, I won't. I'll just stay to the subject. I'll look it up for myself later. You can look it up. They're so cute. So cute. I know you like bugs too. You save them all. So do I. I save them all. So I hate fleas because they bite, and mosquitoes because I don't like the parasitic and vampiric bugs. I understand they're just trying to survive, but don't survive on me. Okay, I don't find it disgusting. I find them amazing and adorable and cute. Laurent says, yes, that may be so, but they are not insects per se. They are all insect-like species. That is a difference. They are not like insects on Earth. It is roughly comparable with the fact that we humans are no longer primates in the true sense of the word, but rather, due to our history of development, a primatoid mammal, so to speak. We are more of a primate-like species, just like primate-like species in the cosmos, which have faces and body structures like tree bears or squirrels. I really want to see the mammal like humans. You know, like the cat people walking upright on two legs, and they just look like big tiger and lions walking on two legs. I want to see those and hug them and cuddle them, but would they let me hug them and cuddle them? I would like to. I've got good energy. Maybe they will. But I must be ignoramus compared to them because I'm an earthling. Maybe they find earthlings weird looking. Or maybe they don't, because they've seen all these different kind of aliens anyways, and they're used to different varying looks, so maybe they won't find me disgusting or strange. Whatever. I'm off on a tangent. I got ADHD, you know. Okay, back to this. I went to the end with all my talking. Let's go back. I'm on to something. Okay. It went all the way to the end. Okay, I'm going to pause it and look because I doubt you want to watch me scrolling. All right. Even if the term primatoid does not fit for humans from their understanding of the declassification order as mammals into the earthly categorization of biological classes, species, genera, etc., it must be said in the same way in the overall biology of the cosmos, i.e., primatoid, insectoid, reptiloid, etc. This is because the presence of only suckling species, which are at the same time reptiloid or avianoid, is very common in the cosmos, and therefore the classification in relation to other types of creatures does not represent a reasonable categorization here. Wow. Their aviation and reptiloid species, they are like they have milk glands. They're suckling. I'm trying to imagine right now insects with mammary glands. It wouldn't be called mammary gland because that would be mammals. They're with insectoid glands that produce milk. And reptoids that produce milk. So do they have teats and breasts? They have nipples for sure, so I guess they would have to store milk, so it would have to be like an udder. It would have some volume. It's so weird imagining insects with boobs, reptiles with boobs. Okay, whatever. So good. To wear bras and clothes and and breast shields when their milk leaks and they need to absorb it, or they just let it leak out. This is because the presence of only suckling species, which are at the same time reptiloid or avianoid, is very common in the cosmos, and therefore the classification in relation to other types of creatures does not represent a reasonable categorization here. I read that already. Insect-like species, to get back to the topic, are not so common in the cosmos anyways. Oh, they're rare. Okay, but they are already very numerous. Oh, they're not rare. They're just not. They're not so common in the cosmos. Okay. Okay, whatever. Contradiction itself. They're not. They are not so common, therefore they're rare, but they are already very numerous. I guess they're very numerous for a rare species, okay? In order for them to develop, a special combination of different environmental conditions was needed. A large sun that burns well and strongly for many billions of years so that insects can develop as the biologically dominant class of living beings on a celestial body. In addition, a very dense oxygen atmosphere, which is required for classical insect respiration. The most suitable for such an atmosphere, the most suitable for such an atmosphere is a massive celestial body that can maintain a dense atmosphere. In other words, as big as the Earth, maybe even a little bigger. A large, strong sun that is important so that the temperature can become warm and humid. In such a dense, permanently warm and humid nitrogen, oxygen, or other combined gas atmosphere does not exist. Insects, which are not lung breathers, cannot grow larger and thus do not develop into intelligent creatures. Therefore, if the ancestors of intelligent insect species had remained small, their brains would not have been able to grow significantly larger either, and thus no intelligent insectoids could have developed. Insects are very sensitive to the density of their atmosphere. In the course of evolution, the physiology of many insect-like species came closer to the appearance of our human body due to the high mass of their home planet or moon. This means that as they grew larger, they had to develop very strong bones due to the strong force of gravity, and contrary to their otherwise boneless bodies or eyes and ears, which are very similar to our senses of perception. There are, of course, exceptions. So yeah, the reptiles that I've seen, the people who've drawn them, and you could look them up online, the reptilians. They're like humans form, humanoid forms, 2 limbs, 2 legs, and they're walking on 2 legs, but they're like scaly, so they have a blending of both. So I guess it's just the same for the insects in the cosmos. So they have bone, so they could survive in the dense pressure of gravity rather than a exoskeleton. Okay, anyways. There are our eyes and ears, which are very similar to our senses of perception. There are, of course, exceptions. It is worth mentioning that insectoids are normally more intelligent than average, but not more intelligent than the most intelligent of us humans. I'll say they're really freaking dumb, I think. Maybe they know some shit, but they're not a holistic being. They don't have perception that they're destroying the world and just stop. Like, hello, you're destroying where you're living. I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to know to, like, keep your dwelling healthy, you know. Anyways, from the heart, many of these species are cool, emotionally differently developed, perhaps more true. They have usually reached amazing technological levels. Yes, they're technical. They're like book smart, but they're like not street smart. Interviewer asks, and what is their attitude towards us? Laurent replies, insectoids are neutral to arrogant towards us. Most of them find us humans bizarre because of our primate mindset. We, on the other hand, would be physically repelled by them, but many people would probably only find that horrifying for a short time, for they are not as disgusting as the earthly insects we encounter in many different forms. I don't find the earthly ones disgusting. What the heck are you talking about? They are probably the reptile ones in the cosmos and the insectoids in the cosmos are probably more disgusting because their potential to harm others. At least the insects are like who are they harming? Yes, maybe they're gonna bite somebody here and there and poison them with, you know, but that's a rare thing. It's like to die of an insect bite, you know. I mean, you can get bit by a black widow and survive. You can get bit by fire ants and survive. You can survive with scorpion bites, you know. Anyways, I find them less. I mean, they're tiny, you know. They're cute, tiny. Some of them even look elegant and interesting, but of course, they always take some getting used to because they are different, especially inside. They are built differently, physically and mentally. The range of forms is also relatively wide. Physiology, psychology, brain fart moment. Somebody's knocking. All right, stop.